thing about, dining and dashing. I don't know if anybody up here has ever participated in that. There may be a few people that's watching, probably did. But Sunday, it seems like Josh Allen and them, they said, you know what? We're going to go down to the Commander Stadium. We're going to order some food and we're going to run out on that bill because that's exactly what they did. They ran out on the bill. They ran out on the field. They ran out on Sam. They ran out on, they had green eggs and ham in the car, very far. And we're going to talk about the star in the next block. But Joe, this is your team. Left hand up. Look, everybody had the names for him and all that, man. What's your reaction to this game?
Man, listen. Did I expect us to win? I wanted us to win. Now, I'm not going to expect a loss because that's my squad. I think of the best of the situation. But I saw a loss coming. But did I see 37-3? I did not see that. I
Not the cap.
37-3. Did I see Sam Howell throwing 4 good thing you hear that. Did I see Sam Howell throwing 4 interceptions? I did not see that.
Not the cap.
I'm not capping. Tell you the truth. So, in the midst of my non-capping, when I rewatched this game, right, I wanted to see, okay, how did everything unfold? When you watching the game live, you're into emotions. You want every play to be perfect. When things don't go your way, you're like, you just got 10 completions in a row. You get 1 incompletion, you're going crazy. You want everything to be perfect, right? So I'm watching the game, and then I'm like, okay, Joe, you turned the ball over. X, okay. But were you able to move the ball? Were y'all able to move the ball? And I was like, you know what? We were able to move the ball on this Bills defense. The issue was the turnovers. He threw 1 turnover to the end zone at Curtis Samuels. We got to the goal line, then punched it in 4th down, and he threw another turnover as we were moving the ball on the first drive. So I was like, okay, cool. Now we got to fix up the turnovers. Then I looked at the defense. They put up 37 points. And I'm like, Joe, going into the 4th quarter, y'all had 4 turnovers, and the score was 16-0. 4 turnovers, and they had 16 points. 1 was a touchdown, all field goals. And you tell me that's good defense on a high-power Buffalo Bills offense. Now, did they convert on some third downs that I didn't like? Yes, but that's going to happen when you playing a quarterback like Josh Allen. I expected. I made a video and I said we got to learn how to contain Josh Allen when he creates time and buys time for his receivers. I do think that first run on third down he had on the first drive, it killed us. And that pass to Stephon Diggs on third down was nice. I'm not going to lie. The one he created time, that was nice. But I felt like we did a great job defensively. And then eventually the defense folded because they kept getting put in bad situations. Like they kept getting the ball in their territory and stuff like that. So I thought the defense played well. Now, Sam Howell. Sam Howell got 2 issues right now. Number 1, we don't have an offensive line. That's great, but he holds the ball too long. And that's something we know. He holds the ball too long, and our clock is that ticking clock. And then when I'm realizing, right, I watched the all 22s last week. I think that he probably is following his first read too much, like too long. You feel me? Like you gotta move on to the next read. Not saying he's not going through the progressions, he is, but he's holding the ball too long. All right, so that's something that he could fix, and I think he will fix. So I'm not glad this happened, but I'm glad it happened. It's kind of like get the dirt out right now. Let's get it out right now. He threw 4 interceptions. What did he do? Now we got something to look at whenever we want to go back to how we need to fix this. So I'm glad this happened before the Eagles game. I'm glad this didn't happen during the Eagles game. So I felt like I know for a fact we would be much cleaner versus Philly. We would not have no 5 turnovers and like that against Philly. But on the bright side, I'm still feeling good about this team. About that? I'm definitely sure.
Dave?
Now Joe is right. Their defense was put in a lot of bad positions because of the turnovers that Sam Howell had created. But I think my only thing about this defense is back-to-back weeks, your defense have allowed 30 points. So that's something that definitely needs to get fixed. I do believe your pass rush is still pretty good enough to be able to get to the quarterback. But the Bills' offensive line just had a good job of being able to protect Josh Allen. I mean, he created some opportunities when he was under duress, and it was close to getting to a sack. So I mean, that's Josh Allen. He gonna do what he got to do. But the Bills have a running game. They just don't use their running backs enough. Because James Cook had some really good carries in that game. I think he averaged maybe 4.5 yards to carry. He was doing pretty good. I mean, Stephon Diggs is going to do what Stephon Diggs does. I just wasn't expecting Sam Howell to throw 4 interceptions. I think that was the biggest thing for me. I wasn't expecting that at all. But it's week 3. And there weren't too many people that expected the Commanders to be 2-1, better, let alone 3-0. So I don't think it's too much cause for concern, but that defense that offense needs to do enough to allow that defense to be able to play the way that they need to be. So the offensive line has to be able to protect Sam Howell good enough, but Sam Howell cannot hold on the ball that long. He can't. He's been sacked 19 times in the season already. That's the most of any quarterback. And I can say maybe about 10 or 11 of those have been on him. So he has to do a lot better with holding the ball and getting through his reads, not holding the ball too long, and then not seeing ghosts when there's nothing to see. That's another thing as well, because that's something that Sam Darnold does, and I don't think you want to have a comparison to Sam Darnold when it comes to that.
But what do you mean by seeing ghosts, though?
Like what I'm saying seeing ghosts is like when your offense is holding you up, you are rushing yourself out of the pocket when you don't need to be. I seen it maybe about.
He's doing the opposite of that. That's his issue. He's sitting in the pocket too long.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying he did it all game, but it was like 2 or 3 plays I saw. I was like, you didn't have to run up, because I think he ran into a side maybe like 2 or 3 times in that game. But like I said, it's just his 4th game. He's still pretty much a rookie, so I don't expect too much from him. But I didn't expect that bad of a game that game.
Man, you got Brock Purdy.
He also got the best offensive line too.
Who?
I have 2 of the best offensive linemen. I don't have the best offensive line.
I was about to say that right side still.
That right side is very questionable.
He got one of the best offensive lines in the league. So Sam Howell got pressure 77% of the time last night.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, 9 times. Of course, you're gonna get the ball up at least 4 times. And Dave, you kind of took one of my points where you talking about seeing ghosts, but I'm coming more so from the mindset of you're getting sacked so many times that you're not even reading the coverages anymore, and you're just throwing the ball up. And you're just like that one play where he scrambled out of the pocket and he still tried to make a play. I don't know if it was Dotson or a tight end, and the lineman just jumped up, took the ball, and it was a pick 6. It was like, look, how you made a big play in the beginning of the game when you ran for, I forgot how long the run was, but you got y'all in the red zone off of that one scramble. It was like, look, just sometimes it's okay to just either throw the ball away or slide, get the 1 yard. It is what it is. Like sometimes that's okay. For me, you gonna laugh at this one, Joe. But there's this thing about in Dallas about Dak and the interceptions that he don't see. And that's when the linemen play tricks on him. And those are the ones that's real concerning if you're a quarterback. And that's what it was for Sam Howell. It's like, all right, you're still young, and linebackers and safeties can trick you easily. They'll show you one thing and then boom, do something else. And meanwhile, your offensive line not giving him the time to like actually process this. So, like you said, he does read his first read is 9 times out of 10 is probably Terry, and he like, oh man, is he going to get open? Is he going to get open? Holding on to the ball too long. Come on, get open. Then he tried to throw it away. It's an interception, or he tried to run. For me, I really wanted these stats to be flipped. I wanted that to be Josh Allen, and you know why. You really know why. Because if you're in the chats, then you know why. But other than that, Josh Allen actually played a pretty good game. Like, we got to give the Bills some credit here. This was one of those games where it seemed like this was a team chemistry type game. Sound like we got some breaking news.
Got an update on the game tonight. Devin White and Vita Vea are both playing tonight.
Okay. It's going to be a long night.
Careful like that.
Now he already threw his excuses out there for them. But
he expected Vita Vea to be playing.
Yeah. But with them, they actually look, for one, the pass game was working. The run game, they was actually running the ball when they needed to run the ball. Josh Allen, when he ran the ball, he wasn't doing nothing crazy as far as trying to jump over linemen. He was actually making precise runs in the pocket. So technically, some people would call this a pharmacy game for the Bills. This is what they needed to do. Hate that it had to be you all, but this is the game they needed to get all the medicine out the way, clear up some of those illnesses that they had in those first two games, like with the Jets and the 4 turnover games. Like he's slowly but surely understanding that he needs to protect the ball. Stephon Diggs is a weapon, and you can actually rely on your run game. Boom. Then the defense getting takeaways the way they at the rate they were, and Von Miller's coming back now. So now it's like we putting a mix together, and the Bills is like, all right, we see what Miami doing. I think they play Miami next. So they definitely need to hurry up and get it together. So this was one of those games to prepare them to go down and play the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Washington, it was just a bad day. Simply, just flat out bad day. Off your offensive line, Dave said it, 19 sacks. Something has to work there. Your defense is clearly at a new level. Chase is back. You already know what the front four going to give you. Your linebackers is stepping up. Your secondary is still a little iffy, but again, week 3, week 4, go on. I think after this Eagles game, you all will be all right.
Yeah, so like I think the Buffalo Bills got their act together against the Raiders. Last week, they had Cook had 140 rushing yards that game. And Josh Allen, they beat them 30-something to 10. They rout them. They destroyed them. And I think the Raiders scored first. Right? So
yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo led them down the field, scored the first touchdown. That was pretty much it for them.
Devontae Adams, get it. So this game, I felt like Josh Allen played almost a perfect game, bro. Like I really thought his decision making was precise. It was really good. He was accurate on his throws. He bought time. I mean, he's that type of quarterback. He's like at his best, he can be one of the best, top 2 in the league for real, behind Mahomes. But he does have his downfalls too. And with Sam Howell, I do disagree the fact that he see ghosts. I think that's a wrong term. I think seeing ghosts is more so freezing up, like you freezing up in the pocket. I don't think he's freezing up at all. His issue is he's holding the ball too long. And then as the game goes on, and this is any quarterback, the score is what, 23-0. It was 6 minutes left. He threw that pick 6. Now at that point, you're pressing. That's how I felt about Dak Prescott when he threw that. Now you're pressing. Time. For real though. You got 6 minutes left. It's I gotta make something happen fast. That's why Gibson spent 4 times and then fumbled. I'm like, dude, just get down. So that game I look at is all right, bro. Scratch it up, throw away. We're gonna keep the tape because we gotta watch this, but L is an L. 3 points, 1 point, 31-37. I watched the Patriots lose 35-0 first game of the season against the Chiefs. And they went to the Super Bowl that year. So my thing is don't panic. And I like the fact our quarterback is poised. He ain't one of them dudes that's up and down. And then we got Eric Bieniemy. Like you said, the offensive line, this is Eric Bieniemy's job to make this work with this offensive line. It's his job to do that. So I'm looking forward to the Eagles game now.
Dave, you got anything you want to add to that?
Nope.
Let's roll right into these Instagrams. Let's talk about these chats. Chat.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.